Good morning, all. Atma Namaste. We will start in a minute. Good morning, all. Atma Namaste. How are you doing, everyone? Can you hear me?
Yes, Andy. Atma
Yes.
Namaste.
Atma Namaste. So today, we will be focusing on a very, very powerful concept. I think this is already covered a bit yesterday, but it is going to be more profound in today's learning.
Namaste, sir.
Atma Namaste. So, the concept that we are touching, Atma Namaste, everyone. Welcome to day 10. And today we'll be learning on. Okay, is my voice not audible for everyone?
It's audible.
Mhm.
Audible for me.
Okay, yeah. Whether I once check that now. All right. Okay, sorry for that. So today, let us touch or let's go deeper on the idea of changing the narratives, which is an extension of yesterday's session. Narratives and belief systems, and how do you change and how do you let go of an existing narrative? Okay, it is a very practical concept that we talk, and we will be working very closely with our own selves. We're going to be very, very intimately connected with our own selves when we learn how do you change the narrative. Okay, so yesterday, okay, before we get into it, how many of you have done yesterday's exercise? Assignment, how many of you have done that? Or at least check the questions.
నేను చేశానండి.
Yes, Sarah, wonderful. Hmm. Right. Okay, no worries. So, for those who haven't done it, today you will be getting the benefit of doing it. So, whenever we are entering a phase of transformation, whenever you want to transform, first question that we all have is why should I change when things are the way they are? What is a guarantee that if I change, things will change for me? Because we all have a memory in our lives where we worked a lot on certain things, but nothing changed or nothing productive happened after that. Don't we have an experience where you put your best, but it didn't give you the result that it should give? And you felt, what is this? I put my heart, soul, blood, and sweat into it, but nothing changed. Did you not encounter that at least once in our life where you actually put a lot of interest and effort? It's not okay, you just tried because someone asked you to try.
చాలా సార్లు అనిపిస్తుంది వంశీ గారు.
Yeah, many times. If somebody says that we did like this and it happened to us, so many times it happens, and we also try to do the same thing what they did, but it won't work out for us, and we feel so no tired and what yesterday we thought like that, no negative thoughts only. My life is like this only. My karma is like this only. How I will get? If I am like that only, then why it would not happen to me only? Why all these like that? No, a series of thoughts, one of the other, it will come.
These thoughts are your narratives, actually.
Yeah.
Right? Now, why you have encountered a situation where you put your blood, heart, soul, you put all your faith, all of your trust into something, and you felt If it worked for 10 people, why can't it work for me? And you put all of your faith into it, but push never. It happens, right? You put everything into it, you give everything, but nothing, it doesn't give you the required output. This is a very classic example of all the people who put a lot of, or who invest a lot of their mental energy into certain things, but somehow it doesn't give them the required output. When this happens, most of us lose faith, and they will develop a deeper trust issues. And when, especially when you take therapy, okay, there you have a deeper requirement to see the change or to see the outcome. Why? Because not everybody takes therapy, and for a very long time you have resisted to take therapy, but you have taken therapy, but it's not working the way it should work. Maybe all the hope and faith you had is not, no, it's not bright out, it's shimmering. It feels very uncomfortable to be in that space, isn't it? But this is where the magic starts. The moment things are not working the way they should work, how do you hold your narrative? How do you take control of every thought that happens from that very moment? Will make you a person that you should be. This is very important, because when things are happening fine, when you put your all the efforts and then you're not seeing the result that you should see, that is when you have to put a huge awareness spree on your own self. How every thought happens, how every emotion, how every feeling is happening. Your awareness plays magically well. Again, I'm telling you, awareness is a double-edged sword. Sometimes, if you're aware, you know things and you feel even worse. We say, nah, ignorance is bliss. If you don't know many things, you're okay. I don't know. But you know what is happening and what is not happening, and you feel more powerless. Right? It feels incredibly painful for you to hold yourself in that situation when you know how things are working, when you know things are not working also. Without any, I mean, you gave your best. There is no, how do I say, there is no gap in your, or there is no lack in your effort. You put the best efforts that you could. It's a very practical situation where you feel totally disappointed and rejected. Right? So this is where you have to build control on your narratives. And how do you bring control on your narratives? Just observe what is the initial thought that hits your mind. First thought that hits your mind when you, for example, you have set an intent to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Very simple example. For some reason, you could not wake up at 5 o'clock. You missed it. What is the first initial thought that hits you? Again, I didn't wake up. Isn't it? The moment you say again, your brain says, okay, you are in the loop. Let me continue the loop. It will add to the existent loop. So every word plays a very major role here. What is the first word that comes to your head, that comes to your mind, that comes to your awareness when things don't work the way they should be working or the way you intend them to work? It has got a very profound impact on the way you look at things in life. Because every thought is carefully calibrated to give you a result that you're looking for. Every thought. Okay. Why? Every thought is creating a thought energy field that is taking care of the next manifestation or next attraction sphere. So, how do you change your narrative? The moment you are The moment you're aware that your thoughts are going in a way that is not conducive for your growth, that is not conducive for your transformation. Every thought that you have, it will either support your journey or it will oppose your journey. Now, are you aware of every thought that hits your mind? If a thought that is hitting your that hits your mind that will support your growth, wonderful. Or else you are aware it's not supportive. It is like getting into complaining mode. You are just sulking. You are just see. You are emoting. That is fine. Emote without any narrative. This is a golden word that you take away. Emote without narrative. Because as long as you carry a narrative, the narrative and emotion are adding energy to the thought energy field. That is energizing the thought energy field. Because emotion is what? Energy and motion. Its emotion is has a lot of intensity. But that intensity without any narrative is just release. But if you have a narrative, this emotion that is released is pushing this narrative to manifest. So the moment things doesn't happen and you're emotionally low, be conscious of your narratives. All right, this is very, very important. And nobody can do this work for you. This is your task. I can't change a narrative. You have to bring a change in a narrative. It is very, very tempting to have that narrative continued. You have to break free from this temptation of just living in these narrations. Only you know your gains, right? You know what you get from this. But ask yourself, why am I running behind this? What is my actual gain from this? What am I trying to get out of this looped narrations? This is very, very vital, very, very profound. Because the moment you understand you are just being carried away by the narratives, you are losing something very vital and precious here. You're losing your soul energy. Now, what is soul energy? The energy that your soul carries to continue its journey. That is driving force for your body to evolve and transform for the soul's journey. But every time you lose it in the narratives, your soul will lose its purpose. It will push you through. That is the resistance that you carry. That is the friction that you carry. When you lose the soul energy, it's difficult to build it again. Now understand how many narratives have made sure you are not crossing the line. How much of soul energy is lost. Understand how powerful is soul energy also. That all our life we are lost in narratives, but still we are carrying our life to the next life now. Our journey is not ending. So the precious soul energy is lost because you are losing your energy or you're putting attention too much onto the narratives, which are just a reflection of your belief systems that are shaped by events that didn't work out the way you wanted them to work out in a certain way because of the existing situations at that moment. Understand how profound it is. Now, there's a very simple way that I follow, that I ask everybody to follow to clear the narrative's energy. Because energy follows thought. Now, your thoughts say, Arey, yeah, this is my life, nothing changes. Okay, I am a stupid, I'm an idiot, I cannot do anything better than this. Now, immediately you say, cut, erase, delete. How do you do it? You fold or you touch the tips of your thumb, index, and middle finger like this, as if you're holding a pinch with 3 fingers. Okay, and touch your third eye and say, cut, erase, delete, and wipe it off. You're cutting the energy for the thought or the statement or narrative, and you're erasing it. Hold an invisible eraser in your hand and you're erasing the energy that this thought has been carrying. And you're deleting this energy. You might ask, will that work? Try and see. Every time you get a negative thought, do this. Cut, erase, delete. Every time you curse yourself, cut, erase, delete. Every time you curse somebody, cut, erase, delete. Every time you blame someone or something, cut, erase, delete. Every time you get into thought loops and you have realized, I'm thinking in this way, it's not good. Then say cut, erase, delete, cut, erase, delete, cut, erase, delete. This is a very, very powerful way to energetically disconnect the thought that is released from your mind. Because every thought is creating a thought energy field. Now, what happens when you do repeated thought this disconnection, cut, erase, delete? You are reducing the impact of the original thought. And also, there is a ritual. I'm calling it a ritual. Why? Because you can do it without this ritualistic approach also. What is that? Now, initially, when we held our third eye, we have this little finger and ring finger opened up. This is how you hold it. Now, the second exercise is you curl them inside. Okay, your ring finger and little finger are curled inside into your palm, and thumb, index, and middle finger are touched in the Agna chakra, and from the navel region. Okay, you pull the root of this thought where this belief has been originated. Now, why navel? Navel is a spiritual entry point or exit point. Okay, from the navel region, pull the root of this thought. If you are energetically sensitive, the moment you set this intent to understand, I want to pull the energetic connection for this thought or this belief that I just released into the air, where exactly it has originated. Go to the point of origination and just say I release it from the root. I pull it out, I extract it, and I disintegrate it totally and completely. Now you can throw this into the cosmos and let it be disintegrated there, or you can visualize a white screen and you put everything onto the white screen. All the thoughts, all the beliefs, everything that you have seen, everything that you have been feeling or sensing regarding this event. So, for example, I want to go to a temple by 5 o'clock today in the morning. And I just got a thought. 5 o'clock in the morning, it's too early. Will I be able to wake up? Okay, cut, erase, delete. I pull everything. Where did this come from? Past experiences, right? I had experience of not being able to meet, go there on the right time. So I curl my thumb and index, sorry, I curl my little finger and ring finger into my palm, and I create a pinch with my thumb, index, and middle finger, touch my Agna chakra. And from the navel, all the reasons, all the beliefs, all the narratives, all the references, all the references I carry that is making me believe or that made me feel that I would not be able to reach here on time, I uproot it, extract it, and throw it onto this white screen or into the cosmos, whichever feels right for you. And you put onto the white screen, and as you pull and throw onto the screen, at some point you feel nothing is coming out from your navel region. Energetically, initially you get something, but at some point you don't feel any energy coming out. Okay? And if you're not sensitive towards energies, you will not understand this, but still you get a sense of, okay, I've taken enough of it. Okay, and then you visualize you're having an electric violet eraser. Okay, like lightning, thunderbolt. And then you erase everything from the white screen. Left to right, top to bottom. You erase it completely. Okay, once you're erased, then again visualize yourself doing what you want to do, the way you want to do it, and observe it happening in your mind's eye, and create that situation in your mind's eye that whatever you thought is happening easily and effortlessly. This is a very simple practice and exercise. This works effectively well. And the more you are using it, you have familiarized with this, you're accustomed to do this uh, over and over, it becomes a very powerful tool that you can carry with yourself. This is a very powerful healing practice that is there in NLP also. Mental screen is what they call. So you put everything onto the screen and you erase all that you don't want to witness. Okay. The three fingers, when you curl up, you touch as a pinch and touch your Agna chakra, you're pulling it out. When you open these two fingers, little in the middle finger, little and ring finger, and you touch this Agna chakra like this, and you're just wiping it off. Say cut, erase, delete, cut, erase, delete, cut, erase, delete. Every time you say this, cut, erase, delete, you're cutting the energy field from that moment, and you're erasing the energy, and you are deleting the possibility of that manifestation. We have unknowingly planted so many seeds that would oppose our journey, right? That would just put roadblocks, and you are surprised, or you're confused. Why are things not happening? I've been very positive, but all the negativity of your past is still in the universe, na? Somewhere, some seeds are there somewhere, right? This morning you woke up with enlightenment. What about your past? Few seconds before enlightenment, you're like, you're just crying and sulking, right? So this is a very, very important tool, or this is very, very important for you to stop, pause, and just mentally say, or you can just visibly do this exercise also. You can just sit and do this exercise as if it's a part of your routine. That all the times I have sown the seeds of doubt, impatience, lack of faith and trust, I carefully disconnect myself from those seeds and I disempower them completely. All the time, I have unknowingly or knowingly planted the seeds of doubt, lack of faith, lack of trust that is opposing my journey. I consciously disconnect from them and disempower them completely, because you are the creator. You are creating your reality, and in your reality, you have created something that is opposing your journey. Now you are creating a reality where you are supporting your journey. Both will happen because you are the creator. Okay, if you could create something, you can uncreate it also. This is the power that you carry. We all have our doubts, we all have our fears. But what are you actually consciously doing to come out of it? See, the point is now, we want shortcuts. We don't want to do inner work. We want someone to, we deliberate. We want others to take our responsibilities. Now someone can take it. For example, you go to a therapist, you go to a healer, or you come to me. Okay. No matter how much food I eat, it doesn't fill your stomach, right? I totally understand your pain. I understand your struggle, but you have to eat your food for your own energy. So some things are non-negotiable. The patterns that you're stuck, the things that are repeatedly happening in your life, you have to do the inner work. Necessary sufficient inner work is done by, should be done by you only, you alone. If you don't do it yourself, no matter how many people on the planet do it for you, it doesn't serve much or anything at all. It can give you a temporary liberation, a temporary freedom from your condition, but not permanent solution. Universe is teaching you this.
Oh. Hmm.
So all the loops that you carry are only a reflection of your pending inner work. You're expecting God to do a change in your life. You're expecting a therapist to do some change in your life, but you are not willing to do the change because it's very dirty. It's very, very painful. You have your strong narratives. You have got strong reasons. As long as you take refuge in your reasons and narratives. Mark my words, you'll be stuck in that all your life. Nobody can help you out of it. So you have to do this dirty inner work. Why am I calling it dirty work? Because it's going to be ugly. It is not a fancy work to do. And it looks like you are a maniac when you do this. Some negative thought comes, you say, cut it, instead of sulking about it. Right? Now we've been accustomed to live life in a certain way, right? When you get negative thought, you think in it, you sink into it, because everybody does that. Who does not do it? When you realize that you are changing your patterns, your inner resistance will try to hit you hard. It will throw many things at you. Why? Because finally it feels okay, you can handle it now. So because you're aware, it just throws everything at you. But the point, it doesn't know that you're not fully aware, or you're not aware to that extent of change become natural for you. You're just changing. Your vibration has shifted. Now it's just shifted a split second. Just a split in the change. Now you have to sustain and maintain it. You have to make it higher and higher. So there's a gap between the old self and new self. To an extent, the old self doesn't get any energy from you, and it disappears or disintegrates and dissolves because you have done enough work on this also, not because you have pushed everything aside and you just ran away. No, you can't do it. So you are, as you grow, as you evolve and elevate, something of your past will try to catch up. It says, boss, what about me? I'm still there. It's like a child hiding in the cupboard and you locked your house and you left. There are many cupboards, many childs, many children in different cupboards. And you locked the house and you said, okay, I'm free finally. What about the children that are like stuck in the rooms? One or the other will come out. So what am I trying to say here? You cannot escape inner work. You have to do the dirty job with same amount of energy and enthusiasm that you do when you are celebrating something of your interest. Fully passionate, fully involved, you have to do it. It is not difficult. It is not difficult. It's very, very easy and convenient. Provided you have to do it with that enthusiasm. Because you are the biggest benefactor of this work now. And the moment you say you're changing the narrative, there is a possibility that your past narrative will try to show, because you have energized it sufficient enough in the past. The moment you get it, again you say cut, erase, delete. Throw it out, because some part of it is still there. All the residual energies of the old thought is stuck inside you. I'm pulling it out, throwing into the cosmos. It's not my energy anymore. Not anymore. Up until now, I believed. This is a powerful hypnotic statement. Up until now, I believed I cannot change. Things will not change. I will not be happy. Not anymore. From this very moment, I assure, I affirm that everything works in my favor. I claim my power back. These are affirmations. I'm getting goosebumps as I'm saying this. Okay, these are your affirmations. You say it to yourself. Up until now, I felt I am this, I am that. Up until now, I knew this is my identity, this is my reality. Not anymore. I'm shifting it consciously because I'm aware. I'll give these affirmations in your notes. Okay, don't worry. Okay, and when you say it with pride, you say it with ownership. I want you to own these new beliefs, because the moment you start owning them, they become part of your reality. Yes, again, there's always a hazard. What is that? You try to give a new belief, and the old belief will, if it is still present, it will try to show up. It will try to create resistance. Now you have to go through a battle. Don't fight the battle. Okay, you are aware of the old beliefs. You say, I am aware that you still exist. I see you, I feel you, I release you. Okay, cut, erase, delete. Simple. The moment the old beliefs come to the surface, what do? You bring everything into your conscious. Feel in the body where exactly that belief is trying to show its presence. Tap rigorously. Say, I see you, I feel you, I release you. I know you exist. And I respectfully release you from my awareness and consciousness because you served your purpose very well. You gave me a sense of direction or purpose until now. Not anymore, not needed. I don't need your presence right now. You have served your purpose very well. I'm grateful for your presence. Thank you. I see you. I feel I release you. Exhale. Very simple, very effective, very practical. And more number of times you say up until now, not anymore. This is powerful, powerful, powerful hypnotic statement. You're acknowledging the presence of it, and you're also telling that it's not required anymore. There's no resistance for subconscious to accept this. If you don't use up until now and not anymore, you give any positive statement, says, what pastor, you are crying since morning till evening, always complaining, and now you suddenly are this. How can you become Buddha overnight? Can you believe yourself that you became Buddha overnight? You sat under the people tree, suddenly a pumpkin fell on your head. And oh, enlightenment. I became Buddha. You become Buddhu, not Buddha. Right? Your brain says, what nonsense it is. But, the truth is, I am this until now. Not anymore. That's a possibility, right? For example, you have not seen an apple in your life and suddenly someone put an apple in front of you and said, this is an apple. Up until now, you never know what is apple. Now you, not anymore. Now that you have seen apple, you know this is apple. You're not tasted it. Now you taken a bite and you chewed it and you have felt the flavors in your mouth and you swallowed it. And you know how apple tastes and feels. You may not know how every apple in the world tastes. Nobody can do it. But you know how an apple tastes and feels in your mouth. Up until now, you never know how apple is. So apple is not a part of your reality. Not anymore. Now it's a part of your reality. You experience it once. If you could experience once and you like that experience, you can have it multiple number of times. Sometimes you like that experience, but you don't want to drag it forward. You don't want to have multiple experience of it. You're not craving for it. Then okay, I had this experience, fine. So do not resist. For example, if you have, I would give a very bad example, but I think it is necessary. Alcohol. Your friends are forcing you to take alcohol. Take one sip and say it's not good. Throw it away. If it didn't feel good in your mouth, spit it out. And you say, I tasted it, it tasted horrible. You just say, gee, I don't want it. No drama. You take one sip in your mouth, it felt horrible, spit it out and say, no, I didn't like it. Done. Nobody will force you. And there is nothing inside you that will actually tempt you because you know how it feels and you're not comfortable having that, right? Now, when you have not tasted it, okay, and you say, I don't want it, I don't want it. There's a curiosity factor also developing. Why don't you like it? Why don't you try? Why don't you try? Because people also say, na, try karo ek baar, kya hota hai? Right? So you have a lot of people encouraging. Now that you have tasted, I tasted it once, it is horrible in my mouth, I could not take it at all. I don't like it, I don't want it. Simple, done. Not just alcohol, anything that you have not experienced, you're not sure of it, let it be a part of your experience cycle and then you understand it's good for you or not. That way also the residual karma is also cleared. You have tasted it, you have smelled it, or you have experienced it once, done, that is done. So you're taking control of everything. You're not just resisting, you're not accepting. You are in full charge. And when you take everything in your control, again, you're not living a controlled life. Again, you should not become so rigidly controlling everything that that is again creating a pathways, blockages for you. You have to be fluid with awareness. You have to flow. You can't be rock solid with your life. You have to be fluid because you have to flow. You have to change your narratives. You have to change your beliefs. You have to change as you evolve. Because what is working you today will not work for you tomorrow. And that is life. And don't feel sorry about it. A lot of people have this thing. They don't want to have this negative experience or something like that. They always want to have everything to be positive. Why? Have a negative experience, have a failure, have a heartbreak, do a mistake, feel bad about it, cry, emote, feel sorry, feel bad, all of that, let it happen. But come back, take your time. But idea is you are coming out of it. This is a choice that you are making. It's a conscious choice you are making. Understood? Any questions or doubts?
So thank you very much, sir. What's my how to do and what to do? You're telling me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for the yesterday I got this idea, sir. How to apply. What is the next? It was yesterday when I was sitting in myself, I got this. What is next? If I'm doing this, what is the next I had to do?
Hmm.
That made me think of my kids. What I
Okay.
have to do. Next what?
Don't
When I
think so
was
much what's next. Again, see, this
okay,
is a
sir.
good thing that you bought. The more you think of what you should do tomorrow, you are wasting time today.
Yes, sir.
Okay, do not waste today's time for tomorrow's possibilities. What will happen tomorrow, naturally, right? You can't change, you can't have control of everything that can happen tomorrow. But be aware.
Yes.
Okay, have a basic idea on okay, how will tomorrow look? You'll wake up, you'll attend this class, again you'll start preparing for the breakfast or lunch, again you go with your routine. That's it only now. Why do you want to think of what happens 10 years later for them? Who knows what happens? Why should you put a lot of mental energy there? When you're happy every moment and you're doing what your ashrama dharmas are asking you to do, I think that is sufficient. You don't really have to focus on many things. What is ashram dharma? Now you're in grihasashrama. Grihasashrama, three things: earn for the family, take care of their health and well-being, and ensure that they're on the right path. You give them values. That's it. Grihasashrama, that's it. You don't really have to think so much because everybody should be aware of their ashram dharma. Your children are in brahmacharya ashrama. That is, they're learning something. They're expanding their knowledge. So that's why they have to put their energies in. Okay, now if you think now you are worried about what if they fall into wrong track, what if they get do something wrong? Why should you bring the narrative? They could do a mistake. Let them do a mistake. Let them do a horrible mistake. Let them fall in the pit, break their bones. Let them learn from that. Because you can't change anybody's karma. You can't change anybody's learning curve. Everybody are meant to learn things in a certain way, right? Because many people told us many good things in the past from the childhood, but are we able to apply any of it? No, right? Why? Because that's not the way you learn. If everybody could learn from someone's pravachan, I think people should have been changed and transformed by now. Na? How many people have listened to a lot of pravachans? Everybody is here to advise only, right? Now everybody will give advice, free advice, unsolicited. Free advice is given everywhere. So everybody should change. Why nobody is changing? Because you are not meant to learn it that way. You have to go through the experience curve because there's a lot of karma and prarabdha playing at play. So it takes time for people to learn. So don't try to be very protective, especially parents. Don't be protective of your children. They will learn things their way. The more you interfere in their path, they can go in wrong way. Let them go in wrong way. Let them suffer the consequences of their actions. Don't you think they are not aware of it, of their actions and consequences? They live in a more modern world. So they have got more exposure than us. You talk from wisdom, but how did your wisdom come? You had your wisdom from your experiences, right? So they'll bring their wisdom from their experiences. So if you try to control their experiences of life, you are interfering in their karma, and their soul doesn't want it. Now there's a lot of friction. That's where it happens. Again, it's not just children. It's with spouse also. It's with parents also. It's with anybody that you have. So do not interfere so much into their actions, their lives, their choices. Let them make horrible choices. Let them suffer the consequences of it. They will realize eventually, one not, if not today, tomorrow. Don't make path easy for anybody. Because even though you try making your path, making their path easy, you are not traveling in your path. You are going into their path always. Who will travel your journey? Right? You have to travel your own journey, right? If someone is making horrible choices in their lives, okay. See you on the other side, bro. Simple. So by doing this, you are learning how to detach, and you are like completely not caring at all on their choices. You choose for your good. And are you choosing something for yourself? And what are you choosing for yourself? That is fine. So, but the point is, are you really conscious of your choices? Are you really aware of your own choices? Are you living your own choices? Or are you just forced by your conditioning? Are you choosing to live in a certain way? Are you just driving or being driven by your past? If you're not aware of this, then definitely there's a big problem. Because your narratives and your beliefs shape your reality, and that is the master that you need to bring. The moment you are aware that okay, you are building a narrative, you are building your belief is trying to manifest an outcome that is congruent with that belief's energy field. You know it. You raise your vibration and you don't let it happen. For some reason, you're unable to raise your vibration. Then accept, okay, this is how it is. Maybe this is something that I have to experience. Don't force yourself too much. But put effort diligently.
Can I ask a question, Vamsi?
Please. Yes, yes.
So you're saying at that point it's okay to sit with it or move through it, but can we cut the cord then too?
Yes.
Okay. And when we're cutting the cord, you demonstrated two different ways to do it.
Yeah.
Which would it come from if
You
I
have to
was
do both.
cutting that? Okay.
You should do both. Why? First, you are deleting the energy that is already sent into the universe.
Okay.
Okay. And second is you are releasing the root of it. One is internal, other one is external. Internal is you are curling the fingers and touching the Agna chakra. External is you are putting your fingers out. It's like an antenna.
Oh, okay. Okay. I missed that part. Okay, got it. Yeah.
Yes. So all that is already out there, you are you're deleting the energy of it. And all that is inside you, you're going inwards. And you're clearing it from the inwards. You're pulling it out and throwing it out. Good that
Okay.
you asked this question. Thank you so much, Tally, for asking this question.
Okay, thank you. I'm clear now.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Any more questions? Understood what to do? You'll have these notes and I'll send it. Actually, um, I'm unable to generate a PDF for the notes because it's getting truncated again and again in this chat GPT. So I'll just put the plain text. Okay. I want you to just bear with me.
That's good.
So you just have to
Yeah,
read it.
yesterday it came plain text. That is
Text,
also
yes.
very good. Yeah, plain
It's
text it
good.
came.
It's good.
Yeah. So do this, do the assignment, today's assignment, yesterday's assignment, do it together. It's going to help a lot because once you put this into, see, actually, this is very important. This assignment is very important because you are practicing how to change. So you can't negotiate on today's and yesterday's assignments, because these two will shape your every next moment of your life. You start practicing on small things. All the negative thoughts that you remember, you put into the universe, you just say, cut, erase it. No, I've got no connection with it. Not anymore. I've been attached to these for a very long time. Not anymore. I finally bring my energy back. And more you do this, the better you get at it. Because you live a life for your best. You're not living anybody's life. A lot of people have expectations on you. They want you to be in a certain way. Why? Because you're not assertive in your own life, right? If you're not assertive, what happens? Everybody wants to control. But the moment you are assertive, nobody can control. And ask yourself, when will you bring assertion into your life? If not today, when?
సార్ తెలుగులో కూడా చెప్పండి సార్ ప్లీజ్ సార్.
వచ్చిందండి. యా, సి ఇప్పుడు అసర్షన్ అంటే ఏంటంటే ఒక స్ట్రాంగ్ విల్ పవర్తో క్లారిటీతో కాన్ఫిడెన్స్ చెప్పడం అనమాట ఏదైనా కూడా. సో నా లైఫ్ నాది అని మీరు ఎప్పుడే గట్టిగా ఒక దృఢ సంకల్పంతో మీరు ఉంటారో అప్పుడే మీ కంట్రోల్ ఉంటుంది. లేకపోతే ప్రతి ఒక్కరు మీ లైఫ్ని ఆడేసుకుంటుంటారు, రైట్? ఇప్పుడు మీరు కంట్రోల్ తీసుకోకపోతే వేరే వాళ్ళు కంట్రోల్ తీసుకుంటారు. మరి ఎవరు కంట్రోల్ తీసుకోకపోతే అసలు లైఫ్ ఎట్టుకొని ఎవరికి అర్థం కాదు. సో మీ లైఫ్ మీ కంట్రోల్లో ఉండాలి. అంటే హౌ డూ యూ బ్రింగ్ లైఫ్ ఇన్ యువర్ కంట్రోల్? బై థింకింగ్, బై థాట్స్. యువర్ 90% ఆఫ్ యువర్ లైఫ్ ఇస్ యువర్ థాట్స్ ఓన్లీ. You're living your thoughts. Maybe the thought is thought at this moment, or maybe few years ago. So you are living your life that is already created by you in your mind in a certain way. So change your thought, change your vibration, and the shift in vibration will create a new experience or better experiences, or maybe bitter experiences also, because that's a part of a karmic cycle that you cannot avoid. Okay.
సార్ కార్డ్ స్కాట్, నేను జాబ్ గురించి అన్నాను కదా సార్.
అవును.
ఫస్ట్ కార్డ్స్ కట్ చేసుకున్నాను, తర్వాత కూడా కార్డ్స్ కట్ చేసుకున్నాను. మళ్ళీ ఆ థాట్స్ ని కంటిన్యూ చేయాలా వద్దా?
ఏ థాట్స్ ని కంటిన్యూ చేయాలి?
నేను జాబ్ కు వెళ్తున్నట్టు.
Then you feel that you are getting into a job. You visualize
Yes, sir.
that you are working every day. That's it.
Okay.
Now, what cards are you cutting? Cutting the cards of your wish or cutting the cards of your blockages?
Blockages, sir.
See, if you're getting blockages, that means you're not still conviction is not fully there. So every time you get a thought that is counterproductive, that is counterintuitive, then you have to release this continuously. That means a part of you still believing that you're not there yet. అంటే మీకు డౌట్స్ వస్తున్నాయి, మీకు బ్లాకేజ్ వస్తున్నాయి అంటే ఏంటి అర్థం? మీకు లోపల రెసిస్టెన్స్ ఉంది, అలైన్మెంట్లో లేరు. మీకు జాబ్ వస్తున్నటువంటి అలైన్మెంట్ ఉంటే మీకు డౌట్స్ రాకూడదు. డైరెక్ట్ జాబ్ వచ్చేసేయాలి. జాబ్ రాకుండా అడ్డంకులు వస్తున్నాయంటే ఎక్కడో అడ్డంకులు మీ లైఫ్లో బాగా స్ట్రాంగ్ ఉన్నట్టు లెక్క. అంటే అడ్డంకులు ఎన్ని ఎక్కువ కాబట్టి అది ఎక్కువ వస్తుంది. Yeah. So this is very important. Thank you for asking this question. See, when you set your path onto something and you've got a lot of resistance, you've got a lot of obstacles in the path, that means either your goal is not aligned with your purpose, or your internal energy towards these blockages is so high and strong that is not letting your original dream to manifest. So you have to do a lot of inner work. Sometimes, though it's a necessity, for example, if a person needs to earn, that's a necessity, but it doesn't happen easily. Why? Because a lot of resistance is there. But this resistance is not letting the person to get these choices manifested. Okay? It's very important that you are aware of it.
సార్ ఇంకో చిన్న క్వశ్చన్ సార్,
Hmm.
మన టెన్స్ ఉన్నప్పుడు ఎక్సర్సైజ్ చేయడం కంపల్సరీయా లేకపోతే డైలీ
టెన్స్గా ఉన్నప్పుడు ఇంకా ఎక్కువ చేయాలి, లేకపోతే టెన్షన్ ఉన్నప్పుడు ఏంటంటే స్ట్రాంగ్ ఇంటెన్స్ ఎనర్జీస్ కమింగ్ అవుట్. Again, it's a good question. For those who didn't understand her question, she's asking, are we supposed to do these release exercises when we are tensed or worried, or shall we do it regularly? You have to do regularly also, but when you're tense, you have to do it compulsorily. Why? Because when you're tense, you have got intense energies, intense emotion, right? That intense emotion can manifest your thought or fear or doubt, whatever that is there in your mind, more sooner. So when the moment you have realized that you're stressed about something, you're tense about something, that's when you start doing cut, erase, delete, internally and externally both. See, you don't need any effort to think negatively now, it just happens. But effort comes in when you have to stop doing it. So you have to be aware. The moment you are aware, don't delay. The moment it came to awareness that okay, I am thinking negatively, this can be counterproductive, and just say cut, erase it immediately. Start feeling better immediately. Shift your vibration immediately. And there's no better time than that. The moment you are aware that you are tensed about something, you are worried about something, if you say cut, erase, delete, then you say I see you, I feel you, I release, then that is when you are clearing it out immediately. And once that emotion settles, once you start feeling better, then again you sit with yourself and journal. What all inspired you? What events have inspired you? What could be trigger? You are aware of it. And your awareness creates your better reality. Got it?
yes sir. Thank you sir.
Anytime. Any questions or doubts?
I have one last question, Vamsi.
Please ask your questions. Yeah.
How do we define the difference between the internal dialogue that comes from us and the dialogue that comes from outside of us? Because I may be fixated on something that happened to me in the past, but internally I've created a bond to that story. Whether it's true, whether it's not, whether it's grown into something bigger in my own mind. How do we just, when it comes to this healing action that we're putting our hands to our head in this way, how do we define what is on the outside and what is on the inside? Because it feels like everything's on the inside. Like, what
See,
is that action from the outside? Is it something that happens in the moment from the outside and everything that sort of cycles inside of us over and over is always from the inside?
external world is the reflection of inner world, right? So if something is there in the air, for example, now war is happening. So there's a lot of conflict energies in the world. So there is something called collective consciousness that always impedes onto us. Okay,
Okay, yeah,
that can trigger your
yeah,
inner fears, inner doubts.
okay,
Sometimes
got it.
it's not there within you actively and consciously, but if something is there on the outside, it is hitting you and triggering something. It came to the surface. So now it has become your work to do. So
Okay,
all that is existing outside is only, it is existent in your reality because you are a part of the co-creation of it.
okay,
So yes, it feels overpowering and overstimulating for you, for anybody, for that matter, that you're going through these cycles or that you're going through this, external noises. But the point is, all the external noise is only showing you something, is only triggering something internally. If you don't have any of these residuals, no matter what is happening on outside, it doesn't affect you or bother you. You're aware of it. Yeah, people are fighting. there's a lot of conflict, there's a lot of chaos. Okay, that's it. You don't get affected. But if you are getting affected, that means it's your internal processing unit is trying to show that okay, you also carry this energy within you. The moment you are aware that some chaos is like brewing inside you, it's cooking inside you. Say I see you, I feel you, release you, and say cut, erase, delete, and do some somatic practice to release that intense or that subtle emotions that are coming
Yes.
out.
Yeah.
Good one, actually.
Understood. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thanks for asking this.
Yeah.
Any questions? Wonderful. So I want you all to just do this assignment today, and it gives a lot of change in your approach towards everything. The whole objective is that you realize your strength. You just get into your true power, because that is where you belong. Okay, life, I don't know if it can be fair for you, it can be unfair. But the point is, ultimately, no matter how life is, how your choices were in the past, it is very important that you know that if you don't make any change now, you still continue to suffer the way you were suffering until now. So you have to consciously think otherwise. It's not going to be comfortable. It's going to be very, very difficult for you to think otherwise or accept the truths otherwise. It's very difficult to understand, but still, no other choice. Okay, you have no other choice. You have to change. If you don't change, you will continue to suffer. And for what good? And who is actually benefiting from that? You just have to increase your wisdom. That's it.
Sir,
Questions?
sir, I had to నాకు డబ్బులు రావాల్సింది ఉంది ఈయన ఆఫీస్ నుంచి తర్వాత నాకు ఇవ్వాల్సిన వాళ్ళ దగ్గర నుంచి.
ఇది 1-to-1 లో మాట్లాడుకుందాం, నాట్ ఇన్ దిస్ క్లాస్.
ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్. ఐ హ్యావ్ టు గో త్రూ ఇట్. అవునా కాదు, చెయ్యాలా వద్దా అని.
చేయండి, మీకు రావాలంటే మీరు చేయాల్సిందే.
ఓకే సార్, థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్.
Okay, that's all for today. I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a good day. Atma Namaste.
Atma Namaste, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Atma Namaste.
Namaste.
Atma Namaste.